my question is, what are the challenges?
Okay.
The first challenges
Okay.
which punches in the face, like, oh my god, that was, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good question, and thank you for asking that. The very first challenge that you will face is the so-called culture shock.
Okay.
Okay, so for the one who has not been here, for the one who is coming first time to the country, and quite often people think culture shock is the huge difference between clothing, atmosphere, temperature, food, language. Yes, to an extent, but the biggest thing, the culture difference, is your inability to express yourself in a totally new environment, and this could be haunting.
Yeah.
You know, and take it as like, if you go to let's say you go to a friend's place, they invite you to a party, you have never been there. You go into the room and there are like 20 people sitting, you don't know anybody, just one person. For the first 15 minutes you'll be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going on, who's talking what's the rule, what's the culture,
That's true.
You know, just think of it in a bigger aspect when you move to a new country. And this 15 minutes could last to 6 to 2 years. Sometimes many years.
Yeah, right.
And this is what that will punch you in the face so hard that you will just not fall, but you know, you will in a way fall. So that's the first thing that happens. Don't let it put you down. Learn from it, embrace it.
Right. So how do you do it? Like, what is the process? Is there any process, or you just be there? You know, you learn automatically.
I think what she did is also, we talked a lot about first thing, talk to your spouse, tell them what the difference is, and what she did is, and what we agreed on is that embrace everything.
Okay.
Don't be judgmental.
Right.
Embrace everything, the food, the people, the weather, everything. You will learn from every single aspect of the life here if you embrace it, if you appreciate it, if you be there. Yeah. And that's what I saw her doing as well.
Right.
Second thing, for the first month, go out there. Yeah. Go to the supermarket. Take the train. Travel around, make some mistakes, you know, lose your wallet. Just kidding, lose your wallet. But you know, if you do that, you'll still learn a lot. If you lose your wallet, you're gonna see how the system works. It's really great. Yeah, but again, losing wallet in Berlin, most likely you'll find it back because people send it to you sometimes.
Okay.
They do, yeah. It have happened to me. So not here in Mannheim. I forgot my wallet in the park. Went back after half an hour, but still there. So yeah, I mean, it can happen. You will be positively surprised. So that can happen. But again, jokes apart, be out there, make friends, meet friends, really learn from every single thing that you can. Try food, read something, you know, read about the country, about the culture. Try to find a job.
Okay.
As quickly as you can. Doesn't matter which, doesn't matter how small, big, it doesn't matter if it relates to your expertise or not for the moment. If you find something that is really in your direction, take it, great, why not? Right. But if not, and for the meantime, get something. Keep yourself busy, and that's basically the message. Keep yourself busy.
Right, exactly, right. Yeah. So you have to create the routine and then habit.
You have to create a routine,
right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So the point what he's trying to say is, if, for example, he had a blue card, or for example, he doesn't have a blue card, but he comes here for a job, he gets a job, now it's wife who's actually sitting at home, she's equally educated, not that she's not. What is important is, that's what his point comes in then, go out and don't sit idle at home.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
the point.
That's true.
Absolutely.
So the moment you sit alone, you know that chain of thought comes in, because one of the key points what I think I need to bring it out is, we as a society back home are surrounded with so many people, so many festivals, so many activities happening all across, and once you're in this packed room, far away, miles away, you can't see your loved ones. Of course you can't be sitting idle and do nothing about it.
Absolutely.
Right?
And many people must be thinking, so what about language? Why don't we talk about that?
Yeah.
We will. It's gonna get
it's
gonna get you. So we'll get there. So of course, once you're settled, 2 to 3 months, you know what's happening, what's where. You gauge the temperature. Yes, take up a course. Take up a language course. You don't have to be proficient within the 6 months. We were just talking about language being a culture.
Yeah.
Language is actually like learning a culture. It takes time. It takes really understanding. You need to really understand how things work. What a word would never mean the same to you what it would mean in your own language, right? So you have to give that discount.
Right.
Don't beat yourself up. Get to take it slow, step by step. Get a very easy course.
Yeah.
Maybe go once a week.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't go straight hardcore. You're gonna lose interest and then you're gonna quit it.
Right.
So start step by step. Go once a week. If you see you're learning, you're generating interest, then go next step, maybe twice a week or something like that.
Right.
In Germany, there are a lot of support that the government provides to people who are coming in to the country new. You have a lot of support for language, integration. You can go to different sports courses. There is, if you want to do things, if you want to integrate, there's a lot of things to do. So language course after 3 months, start it, and then you will find your way.
My next question actually for Rashmi is, when your husband, initially, we are talking about first 30 days of you're here, right? First 30 days. When you came here, when your husband goes out for work in the morning, comes back late in the evening, how do you spend your time? Like normally, like what would the activities like?
You actually don't have to learn language when you're coming from India, depending if your spouse has a blue card. So again, depends from cases to cases. In our cases, I didn't need a language certification even for A1. So when I moved in here after 3 months, I enrolled myself for A1 language course.
Yeah.
Of course, the first 30 days were really important. I went out on my own, when I didn't know the language, just to buy a coffee. I made a lot of mistakes, even like how to say cents. Even the coins were different.
Like
and
pennies or cents.
Yeah,
right?
and I didn't know. I felt like I'm really stupid. How come I didn't know this? But I think these small learnings, I would not say it as mistake. These are the learnings. And you it's like a step-by-step process. For first 30 days, this was my experience. I did all touristic things, going to landmarks, Brandenburger tour, and just
chill time. It's important.
And listening.
Get to know the city.
Yeah.
That's how you kept yourself busy.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the key point which crucial thing what she just highlighted is, if a husband has a blue card, wife doesn't have to learn language, which is A1. But if the husband doesn't have, then she will have to learn A1, or it can happen vice versa also, actually. It's not, it's not just about wife all the time. It's about spouse we are talking
Basically,
about.
it depends the other party,
Exactly,
Again, you have to see, it can always differ from case to case. And I think mostly, my experience is that mostly Indian people now coming from India to Germany are more or less coming on blue card.
Right,
so this is because I don't want to boast about it, but I think Indian labor market is quite skilled, and that's what this country is also benefiting from both sides. So if you have a blue card, your spouse do not need to provide an A1 language certificate, which is quite important. People really freak out on that.
Yeah, I think one of the point which actually hits me is, I mean, you stayed in Delhi, you stayed in Lucknow, and then go to Noida. The point is, think about tier 2 and tier 3 cities, where husband was talented, now he has a job, or wife was talented and she has a job. But what if I'm not linguistically strong enough? India it's a widespread.
Absolutely.
I speak my own regional language and I'm proud about it.
Absolutely.
And I don't speak English.
Absolutely, yeah.
What is a survival kit for you, your behalf?
So one of the things that I have realized, also experience, is that if you don't speak English,
exactly, that's my point.
There's a positive aspect to it.
Okay.
It is very easy for you to learn German.
German language,
Then if you do speak English,
Right.
because what happens is when
you start comparing, right?
you start translating.
Yeah.
So what you do is and you can't do that. You can't translate. So when you're thinking you want to speak in German, and you're thinking I am hungry, and you're thinking I want to say ich bin hungry. It doesn't work. It does not work. So if you don't know English, it's easier for you to learn German, and you will learn it quicker.
All right.
This is what I have experienced in many cases.
Yeah.
However, when you come in new to the country and you don't speak, either English or German at all, it could be very difficult. It could be it could be definitely stressful for you. I think you have to depend on your partner, and they have to really support you, help you get through. But then in this case, don't waste time. Go to a language school as quickly as you can.
Correct.
I think that's a suggestion. And then also, if that's the case, then when you are in your country preparing to come here, take a course. Go to Goethe, go to Inlingua. These are really, really high-graded, certified schools. They have proven teaching technologies and methods, and they are really, really very productive when it comes to teaching language. So do that in your home country. And as I said, if you don't speak English, there are chances that you will learn German much faster than somebody who does speak English.
Right.
So take that. Don't forget that point. It will play in your favor.
Right. And there are professors here who actually teach you with Hindi and German, right?
Absolutely.
So that's always a possibility that you don't need to
yeah.
think that it's an international city. Everybody speaks English. How am I able to cope up in regular class, right?
Yeah.
Because for that also sometimes if teachers starts talking in English,
Yeah.
you're like, oh no,
Yeah, exactly.
But there are Hindi professors who are willing to invest. I mean, think about so many Indians who know German. Probably
Exactly.
Yeah.
they can help you to build a community. All right, you'll be here. I will teach you.
Yeah.
There are always possibilities. If you encounter a problem, there's always a substitute. Keep
Always,
looking up.
always. And there's help. There's always help available.
Available,
if you,
right.